Welcome to 2 days to Christmas. 2 more samples to go for to see if I can get close to them. So stick around and pour up. It's the bourbon nut. Hey, welcome back. My name is Brock and thanks for joining me as we are 2 days away from Christmas. 2 more samples to go for the Bourbon Advent Calendar, where I started T-minus 10 days out from Christmas with a new sample every day, provided from subscribers, friends, or my wife, who would pour up a random sample from my collection upstairs or downstairs, seal the envelopes with the contents of the actual bottle, and I will sample the bottle from this box here as I pick randomly, something like these right here. And we'll try to guess things like proof, type, finished, age, distillery, bottle, price, to see how close I get, and then I will reveal the envelope with the actual stats and see how close I got to it or not. Yesterday wasn't a great day, wasn't so close, but it's a fantastic pour. This Penelope Cigar Sessions, Chapter 1. Threw me for a loop there with the blend and the French oak staves there, but I'm back for redemption, T-minus 2 days out, to see if I can get better. So without further ado, let's kind of get the random sample going here. So I'm gonna pick this up and let's pick one here and see what we got. And we got, it looks like we got, oh, Jansen number 2. All right, so Jansen with this other sample here. Jansen again is my brother. Thank you, sir, for providing a sample here. Super excited here. Let me get the envelope that says Jansen number 2. We only got one more to go. Woohoo! All right, so Jansen number 2 and Jansen number 2. All right, so put the envelope over here. Meanwhile, I was trying to warm up a palate with a little 1792 bottle and bond action. That shit is just good. Just good. All right. That was the first bourbon of the day too, so had to get it warmed up. All right, let's pour this out from yesterday. Yesterday, Jansen had one too. And again, these are random, so I didn't pull Jansen 1 and 2 because I knew they were in order. It's just what happened to get because there's only 2 more left, this one and one other. So let's pour this up. Again, this is a mini Glencairn, so it's gonna seem like it's a lot, but it's a mini, so no harsh judgments, please. It's still coming down to the bottom of the label, which most of them have been, even with the regular size Glencairn. So, all right, let's get this started. On the nose. Ooh, Jansen, what did you provide this time? Again, I'm getting some like, this is almost borderline bready again. This has a characteristic that it's either rye or finished in something perhaps. On the nose. Proof, doesn't come across very hot, it's not very punchy. Smells pretty nice. Very airy, very fluffy. If I could describe fluffy, it's just fluffy-like. With hints of like bakery bread, like buttery bread. And that hint of whatever that potential either rye or something finished or something sweet, but kind of, I wouldn't say raisiny, whatever. It's got a sweetness to it that is kind of not a bourbon sweetness. At least on the nose. But let's try this on the palate and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. All right, proof is not too bad. It's up there a little bit, but not too bad. This one came across a little thin to start with. I don't know if it's just, again, just getting palate acclimated. You can't ever trust this first sip, right? That's what they say. So let's go ahead and get a second sip here. There's some pepper, like black pepper on the back end. Spice comes through pretty good on this. The palate does not indicate that there's anything finished for me, at least. Anything of a rye nature. I think this is going to be straight bourbon here, or at least bourbon. Pretty solid notes. I mean, there's some caramel that comes on the back end. It's got a little bit of bitter oak, very, very slight, not heavy, but a little bit of bitter oak. There's a hint of tobacco as well too. But yeah, overall, pretty good pour, pretty solid. Proof. So we get some stats here. Let's see, proof, we'll go 106. Again, I don't think the ones that at least been picked out for my collection, have been like the real big proof monsters. So, all right, so proof. Type, I think this is bourbon. Finished, I don't think this is finished. It doesn't come across finished to me. No. Age, that bitter oak a little bit. Could indicate, could have some age, or it could be just not aged very well. It could be bitter in that direction too, so. I'm gonna go 9 years on that one. Distillery, I'm gonna say it's not, I don't think it's Kentucky bourbon. I'm gonna say it's like MGP or something like that. So let's go MGP. MGP, I don't have a distillery guess. Price on this, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go 90 bucks on this. Bottle, that's gonna tie into distillery. So let me get a tad bit more here. Again, I have the mini Glencairn, so I can get a little bit more going on here with this. All right. It comes across cohesive too. Just a solid pour. I feel like this could run into a lot of things it could be. And there's so many bottles that MGP sources or has sourced from them. Some of the stats are gonna match up probably. So for the bottle, I'm kind of hedging here across the board here a little bit to cover some different stats here. So I'm not sure which ones we're gonna get, but for bottle wise, knowing that the proof is not gonna match up to this, but I'm thinking because 13th Colony cast strength is MGP juice. I think it's 120 is the proof point on that one, so I'm not gonna get the proof. I'm gonna be around the 106 area. So I know I'm not gonna get that, but I'm trying to again hedge because it's MGP juice. The price on that's about 90 bucks, so I'm weighing some of those areas there, and the proof I know is gonna be off. So hedging a little bit on this one here, but that's kind of the bottle guess I'm thinking here too. So I'll flash the stats of everything up there, and we'll find out what we got. All right, again, thank you, Jansen, for the sample. And let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. All right, and okay, let's go through the stats and see what we got here. So the proof in this is actually 96. I said 106, so 10 off there. Type bourbon, it is bourbon. Finished, no, it's not finished. Age, I said 9 years. It's actually at least 5 years. So it doesn't disclose specifically what it is, but it's at least 5 years old, right? So a little off there, but not too bad. Distillery, I said MGP, and it's actually, from what I remember, it's a blend of Kentucky and Indiana juice, I believe. So price, I said 90 bucks. It's actually 80 to 85 bucks, I think. So with taxes, close to 90. I give myself that one. That's pretty good. And bottle, again, I said 13th Colony cast strength, knowing that was not going to be necessarily correct with the other stats. But the bottle actually is Redwood Empire Screaming Titan, which is a wheated bourbon mash bill. So very interesting. So that might be where I got some of the different characteristics I wasn't sure with the breadiness. Sometimes it leans me towards a rye. Sometimes it could be wheated mash bill. In this case, I just stuck with bourbon and didn't really go either way. But again, wheated mash bill, 96 proof, very enjoyable pour. Again, thanks Jansen, that's a fantastic pour. I really enjoyed that a lot. Love Redwood Empire in general. I think they do great things across the board. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. See you guys tomorrow. Until next time, sip your passion.